11 of his 21 here. The bounce off to Neal by Derrick Rose. And Rose, the reverse window. Rose with a sensational finish.
I know his knees look healthy. Kevin Garnett's knees might not be healthy.
Thomas. And Derrick Rose brings down the Thunder with a two-hand jam. Oh! Way above the rim.
My goodness, Dragic. Allow me to introduce you to Derrick Rose.
4% from the field, 17 for 39. What a move by Rose! Yes, and it counts over Joel Anthony.
Once again, Mark Reggie getting very physical.
It was just a quiet energy.
Humble,
magnetic,
too fast, too strong, too good,
special, dynamic,
inspiration, a great person, explosive,
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 Explosive.
explosive.
Stop it!
I'm sure that's the one everybody uses.
There has never been a player, a point guard in the history of NBA who played like that.
It goes beyond just basketball. It's a Chicago impact. This is a kid who's come from humble beginnings, come from the neighborhood, one of the toughest neighborhoods in Chicago. He was able to get through that.
They used to drill me out here, wouldn't let me go in the house until I get done shooting a certain amount of layups. I was always at the park. I was always working on my game, playing around somewhere around the neighborhood, but you could always find me by the court. I will never forget where I came from. I'm glad to say I'm from Chicago, but I wouldn't want to be nowhere else but from here.
my grandmother nicknamed Winnie the Pooh. And I think nobody didn't know my real name until I got into high school.
I just remember hearing about him because he was at that level that, like, he made you take notice even in high school.
He's going one-on-one. The loft, the score! Derrick Rose with the bucket. They have won the 2006 state championship. And back-to-back state championships for Simeon.
Everybody was talking about this kid at Simeon, how explosive he was, his little guard that could get up and dunk, probably about a 50-inch vertical. I couldn't believe it, so I had to go check it out myself, and I was blown away.
Went to the high school, and I watched him, and I'm like, I gotta have this guy. He was so fast. If he ever got the ball stolen from him, it was getting pinned on the other end.
Rose pinned it.
He had that floater, even back then, the 1-2 floater. Had to get him out of the gym. When he first got to campus, he'd be in there 5-6 hours.
I really thought about college. I was just thinking about just playing ball.
You know, the first thing that jumped out is just how physically gifted he was. I mean, he was strong.
For a freshman to go in to Memphis like he did and guide a team to almost a national championship victory speaks to him as a winner.
That championship game, we were in Miami with the Bulls. I just remember his competitive spirit. He definitely left a mark on the game, and we all knew that somebody special was coming into the league.
The Chicago Bulls have moved up into the top 3.
I wasn't even watching because the Bulls' odds were so low.
Everyone was hopeful, but no one was thinking the first pick.
The number 1 pick in the 2008 NBA draft will be made by the Chicago Bulls.
No! I gotta call my brother.
As long as I'm in the NBA, I'm happy, y'all. As long as I'm there, I'm happy, and hopefully my family happy for me.
I'll talk to you in a little while.
Hey, this is an opportunity to really turn this franchise around.
We've heard about Derrick, and now we actually have the opportunity to get Derrick.
I watched him tape for a couple of minutes, and I went, oh, wow, holy sh! I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
Get up!
Knowing that if I come in the gym and work hard every day, I'll be a decent player in the NBA, hopefully.
The thing that really stood out to me when we brought Derrick in was his humility. He was far and away the most professional, even at that young of an age.
First time on this court was for a workout for the Bulls, and I was very nervous, but I think I did all right.
Derrick Rose, Derrick!
Yeah.
Good luck, Derrick.
How's my man doing? Doing great. Yeah. So I gotta turn if I'm gonna cry. I go to the table in the green room, and he has this bling watch on, like, psh, and he's trying to cover it. He don't want me to see it, right? I said, Coach, I had to. And I said, a watch is fine. It'll hold its value. You're okay.
Went around the room and I had each one of them say who they thought we should pick. And to a man, every person said Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose from the University of Memphis.
Inner city kid out of the city of Chicago to being drafted by the Chicago Bulls. You couldn't even write a script better than that.
I'm playing on the highest basketball level in my hometown. Man, that's amazing. If that's not amazing, I don't think what is.
Look out there at those cameras, okay? See them down there at the bottom? They're all looking at you.
Derrick Rose of the Chicago Bulls, 6'3" point guard, #1 draft pick, University of Memphis.
You could tell that the league is going to have a hard time stopping him. He's just faster than everyone. He was stronger. He wanted to destroy whoever he's playing. And that attitude rubbed off on us.
Rose in his wake and he blocked the shot.
Special moment. It was our first time playing in the NBA playoffs.
36 points and 11 assists for Derrick Rose in about as good a rookie playoff debut as you will ever see.
Who's this guy? 36 points against us in the opening playoff game.
Can I cuss? I just never in my life ever saw anybody that explosive, right? So we're watching him, and he's cooking us, and we're supposed to be a championship level team.
He is out of this world.
He is out of this world.
That's what he needed to do. He needed to be the best rookie playoff player in history for the team to win. So he went out and did that.
To show up in the Garden and do that, I mean, that's what legends are made of.
I remember him getting his Rookie of the Year trophy, Game 2 or Game 3. I remember him walking into the UC with a pair of Versace shades. We lost that game, and he never wore shades going into the game ever again.
Good defense. Lead pass. Rose. Stop it! Stop it! You did not do him like that! What are you doing, Dragons? Did you not get the memo? Derrick Rose can go upstairs.
I've never seen a point guard, dunk on somebody like that.
I almost hit the WTF,
Dragons jumped, that's what competitors do. Dragons wanted to compete, he jumped, and Derrick dropped him off at the 9th floor,
Everybody used to say, back up off D Rose, sort of make him shoot or whatnot, but if you keep backing up, he was gonna dunk on you.
And Rose, the reverse! I think on the left side.
You had to run your heart out to keep up with him, you know what I mean? So he did certain things that you just knew you can't take away, just God-given talent.
I swear I was on the bench for the best basketball player in the world at that time.
Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league? I don't see why. Why can't I do that? I think I work hard. I think I dedicate myself to the game and sacrifice a lot of things at a young age. And I know that if I
Rookie of the Year is rookie year, makes an all-star team in his second year, and going into his third year, he still felt like he was being overshadowed. And then you kidding me? He goes out media day and says, why can't I be the MVP? And then he backs it up.
Why not him? Because he's putting the work in hour after hour after hour after hour.
He believed something about him that even when people around him were just like, there's no way. That's a different kind of human being. That's a different kind of self-esteem.
Every day in practice was a dogfight. Tibbs just let us go at it every day. And Derrick, being from Chicago, he embraced it, and we just took off.
Derrick Rose, oh my goodness.
You could see it every second that he was on the court, and you could see it in your opponent's eyes.
Hoosier, they go, Rose puts it down!
There was power, there was speed, there was intelligence, there were so many things that he had going for him.
You know, you start seeing that it encourages you to even do more. You don't want to be the one who lets him down or, you know, let any teammate down. So that created that culture.
You'd come back at night. Some guys would want to come get shots up, but like really everyone was just in the cold tubs, like icing their bodies down, getting ready for the next day. That was the mindset that we had. We were going to be tougher. We were going to work harder. And Derrick embodied that.
This was as good as anything you've ever seen in basketball. The way he attacked the rim, and from a point guard position too.
You know, people always say, oh, humble warrior. I was a lot more loud. I was not as confident as Derrick Rose.
Fade away. Step back and kiss myself. MVP time. Windy City Assassin does it again.
That's the Kobe, Michael type situations. You know, you have to be special to be that kind of player. And Derrick had that same kind of DNA that those guys had.
I know that I put forth the effort. I wanted to be the best when I stepped on the court. And that's all I was trying to do, was trying to push myself, push everybody to do better and be better.
It meant so much to wear that Bulls jersey during that time. It was bigger than you when Derrick Rose was on the court. You know, the East was going to be between the Bulls and the Heat.
Each time we faced them, it was a dogfight.
Every time the Bulls played them, it was must-see TV. How he made that layup. Just how dynamic he was.
As a competitor, you know, at that time when he was ruling the East, we had nothing but respect and a humble fear going against D. Rose. His talent, his speed, his athleticism, his craftiness, his mind.
What a move by Rose! Oh! Yes, and it counts!
It's no surprise why he was the youngest and still is the youngest MVP in NBA history. The guy was just simply that great.
We really had a chance to win it, I felt, and it was disappointing to go out the way that we went. That summer we came ready and came with a vengeance, and we were ready to do it again.
Rose the MVP with 11 seconds left. The Bulls with a chance to win here on Christmas Day.
I was a Laker Kobe fan, and then seeing Derrick go up against him opening day, Christmas Day, beating him with the floater. It's like, man, this dude's incredible.
Too big, too strong, too fast, too good. That's your MVP, Derrick Rose.
That was lockout season. We played like 60-something games in 90 days. But a lot of guys were dinged up throughout the year across the league. And we all believed that when you get to the playoffs and we have a healthy Derrick Rose, and like we can beat anybody.
You know, it's like, it's one of those moments that it's still hard to talk about.
Holding on to his knee and down.
Just the silence in the building.
He was still grimacing, and a lot of us had never seen, you know, D. Rose like that.
We genuinely like hurt for him. You knew how bad he wanted it and how hard he had worked.
Anytime a player gets a serious injury, it's a very, very lonely journey because all the doubters show up and all this negative energy shows up, and you're the one every day working as hard as you can just to get back.
It's being taken away from you, something that you love and excel at.
We always gathered around each other. We always tried to like embrace each other and tell him it's okay. We gonna be still rocking with you. Just get back right.
We saw his work ethic. He was in the gym all the time. Always had a heavy ball with him. Always working on something. Always shooting. Even when he was hurt, he was constantly working to get back.
It feels good knowing I made it this far, and for me to come back, like who knows when I'm gonna get my rhythm. It might take one game, it might take 5 games, who knows.
And Derrick's on the run. Oh, that knee looks good.
He's back. You know, they think that he's still in a rehab situation. He's not rehabbing, he's back to being Derrick Rose.
There's a lot of pressure on him being from Chicago, drafted #1. To handle that the way he did was special and unique.
As an athlete, you have a mental block coming back from injuries. Things that you think you can do or can't do, or maybe I can't do this because it might get injured again.
Derrick Rose is limping right now.
Training staff taking a look at the knee now.
I'm gonna miss a long period of time without playing the game that I love playing. It's tough.
That adversity is where our brotherhood took it. It was like another level with our brotherhood.
Everything that we're talking about speaks to his journey and kind of how he kept fighting and kept going at it until he could, do something on the court that he felt good about.
Dunleavy looking, finds Rose. Rose trying to get open, fires away. Bang! It's over! The Bulls win at the buzzer!
Hey, man, I set that screen, man. I set that screen. Like, we worked on that all our career.
It still is a madhouse on Madison as Derrick Rose nails the three.
This team flooded him, and he just had a look of blank stoicism on his face.
Yeah, I made the shot. Like, what do you expect me to do?
Why is everyone excited? Like, this is me.
This is confident territory, being a leader. You got to be able to take these shots. I feel very confident in my game and my ability to make shots.
I'm just so happy he hit that shot, but I was just even happier for him. He was just back in that mode.
Chicago, of all places, the history of this place, the pain of this place, the love in this place, the passion for their sports. Like, Chicago it's different. And the way that Derrick was able to represent that, I think a lot of people gravitated and respected that.
Me wanted to make a difference not only in Chicago, but in the world, period. Start to realize that I could do things off the court.
No athlete who's ever been in Chicago has done more than a community than Derrick Rose.
The real ones know where they came from, and they have a special talent and a gift. That's what you got that gift for, is to show people and give back to your community and show people like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. You just have to stay focused and stay on the path of where you're supposed to go, and good things can happen for you.
I know how important the youth is. I was one of them kids that wasn't supposed to be where I'm at right now, and I'm able to affect so many people's lives.
The people that had the blessing to be able to play with him know what kind of person D Rose is.
He's still close to the teammates he played with, still close to the teammates at Memphis.
He was larger than life in that city at that time, but he never put himself over the group. He was always about the team.
He never forgot his family, and he never forgot what he wanted to be in life.
Somebody that I couldn't have been more proud to share these moments with.
How dominant he was, how fast he was. His shoe was like the lightest shoe ever made. What he was able to accomplish. Like he really inspired the whole generation of basketball players that wanted to play like Derrick Rose.
Aside from him being a great hooper, I respect who he is more than anything as a man.
Derrick Rose, to me, will go down as one of the finest people ever to put on a Bulls uniform.
He's still a young guy. He's got a lot of years left and be able to do a lot of great things.
I thought a lot about over the years as he had this long career is how he just kept going and he kept battling and he kept playing.
I think the true measure of a man is how well you can handle adversity, and he showed what his character is all about. He's beloved, and I think we saw that in Minnesota after going through all the things that he went through, the 50-point game.
And you see the emotion on Derrick Rose's face.
Everyone talks about injury, what he could have been. No, he's exactly what God wanted him to be.
He didn't give up on anything. He blocked out a lot of the noise, got grounded in himself and family and those type of things. And he kind of lived the experience he wanted to live as an NBA player.
D Rose will always be cemented in the game of basketball.
They're still chanting at Chicago MVP from it, rightfully so.
Congratulations, man. The best is still yet to come.
I wish you nothing but the best. You done gave so much to this game, and hopefully it can be returned to you.
It was an honor and a privilege to be on the same team with you. Big respect, big love.
You made a difference when it really mattered, and you will always, always be a Chicago Bull.
Congratulations, man. I'm so proud of you. Proud of the father you are, the player, the husband, the Chicagoan.
You've inspired an entire generation of guys that want to play like you, be like you, be the man that you are off the court, carry yourself the way you carry yourself.
The legacy that you left on the court will be remembered forever.
I wish you nothing but the best, brother. All love.
Your career is beyond basketball, and there's going to be so many people benefiting from everything that you've accomplished, everything that you went through.
I thank you for all the years. It's making me a better player, embracing me, and giving me that courage. Family for life. God bless.
He always had the ability to rise above whatever came his way. He brought the best out of people.
As great as he was as a basketball player, Derrick's an even better human. with everything that we went through, all the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, like to be able to call that guy my brother, I'm really proud of that. You have to have it in you, and you have to believe in yourself more than anybody else. And that's Derrick Rose's story.
When you think about Derrick Rose, I want you to think that he was a winner and he gave it his all.